Hi guys. Yesterday and the day before on Facebook, I was in the middle of a conversation with some guys that they want somebody to tell them to use a jigsaw like this, a jigsaw, or to use a circle saw, and that to make a notch to put in two pieces of wood together. Someone said you need a table saw, someone said you need a circle saw, and someone told you to say that if you have a jigsaw will be better and easier. Let me tell you something. To make a notch, and if it is a small thing like you're gonna make it for furniture or something, and it is like you have it let's say you have like 10 pieces, 10 notch, 15 notch, it's not too much. All you don't need, first you cannot use the jigsaw because the jigsaw never gave you a 100% straight cut, a 90-degree with the wood. You never get it like this. The blade always go to the right or to the left. So you never get a straight line. That's the jigsaw. And if you're gonna use a circle saw, so you need to put together the wood and go with the saw few times. Okay, that will need space, that will need too much measuring, that will need it's best to use this idea for building houses or something. Yes, it's very perfect and it gives you a perfect 90-degree and it's very good and it is a perfect idea. That's 2. 3, to make it with a table saw. If you make it with a table saw, you will need to have a table saw. Some people doesn't have a table saw, or some of them is making a project at home that it is a very small project that they don't need to spend $700-800 to get a table saw, because it's a small project. He's not gonna spend $600-700 on that. So the easiest way to do it is get the 2 pieces of wood, put them on each other, and get a pencil that it is 0.7 or 0.5. So when you draw a line, you see here, when you draw a line, you don't do like this. No, you draw it with the edge. You go like, you make it like this, you know. Keep your hand a small degree, a 15-20 degree away from the wood. Don't go Rambo and to the end because you will make it smaller. So you do like this and like this. That's all. Now you have the area that you need to cut over here. And that's 1. So mark it. Okay, I need to put the same idea on the other one. So I bring it over here, put the other piece of wood and cut. Mark. So now I have marked the 2 places that I'm gonna cut. Okay, so when I do that, the only thing I need in this work is a handsaw, but it's up to you. You don't need to use something like this with a metal straightening on it. You can use the shark one, you can use a regular handsaw. It's up to you. Me, I have only this one to use, so I'm gonna use this one. So you bring them, and you will need a chisel. You don't need to buy a fancy chisel. It's you can buy from eBay, a cheap one or a used one. You need only to sharpen it and keep it there. 16 millimeters, 15, 16 is the best to keep at home if you're gonna make a small project. It will cost you $10, or buy it from Home Depot or from any store. So what we're gonna do is we need to measure the thickness of the wood to know how deep we need to cut. So this wood is 23 millimeter. So 23 millimeter we need to cut, and I mark it. "23 divided by 2, it's 11 and a half. So this one is 11 and a half. So I mark over here, and I mark the other place. Both sides. Mark always both sides. And this one also, you mark this way and mark it this way. Of course, you can make this jig very easily. It's only 2 pieces of wood in each other, make a hole, put the wood, put a pencil, and that's all. Me, I have this one. This is the plastic kind. Is from Stanley. It's cheap. So now you have marked it. All you have to do now is use a 90-degree marker. You put it like this, exactly with the marking and line, and exactly with the marking and line. Okay, so you put this one also exactly with the marking over here and the line, and this one exactly with the mark and line. So now we have marked over here the depth of the cut and the place for the cut. So now we know how deep we need to go, and we know how wide we need to do. So we bring this one. You don't need to have a vise. It's easy. You just do it with your hand. If you don't have a vise, you bring it and you start cutting. So when you start cutting, you need to cut exactly on the inside side of the line. Don't cut over the line, and don't cut away from the line. Cut exactly on the inside of the line. So your cut will be on this side that you're gonna take away. It will not be on the side that you are going to need it. It will be in this side, in the middle. So you cut on this side of the line and this side of the line. You don't cut from outside. So you just make a cut next to the line and stop. I check on the depth. Okay, I need to go from the other side a little bit more. And then from this one over here, the same thing. Okay, and here I am almost there. I need a little bit more. That's all. Okay. Now I have make a cut on both sides. So what to do now is to make it easier to take away. So you do like this. See, I made a half a centimeter thickness each cut. So now I just put it here, get my chisel, and all I need is just to take away this. See, I'm just hitting on the side, on the chips. I'm taking away the extra wood that we don't need. That's all. I don't go all the way to the other side. I just take it halfway, because if you go all the way, you will make a crack in the wood on the other side. You will push this one and you will push some of the wood away. So don't go the whole way, just half, and then turn it, put it again, and then hit the other half again slowly. You don't hit very hard, you're just taking away small pieces of wood. So now this one, see, it's done. So what I do now is and don't chisel too much. Chisel only to the line. Don't go too deep. Don't do it very deep. You know, you don't need to make it deeper. You need to make it exactly on the line you want. Keep your work at the line. And trust me, you don't need it to be very perfect, because you're not gonna, nobody will see it. So what you're doing in here, it's something that only you that knows what happened here. So if you make a mistake, if you make a wrong scratch, don't worry. So that's it. And this is the notch. See? It's very easy. And it is not wobbling. There is no wobble. It's holding bright. You need to only to clean it perfectly. You see, I have to clean it over here a little bit more to make it fit exactly. I need to hit it a couple of times over here. You're going to need to straighten up this area as much as you can. So you fit it in, and that's it. Now you glue it, or the best way to make this thing, this idea, hold very good is, you want it to hold forever, never come out, you only need to put them together, put some glue in here on the both sides, glue them together, and then after an hour of gluing, and you need to clamp it, you know. You don't just glue it and leave it. You get a clamp and clamp them together. You know, keep it for an hour, let the glue work and do its job, and after that make 2 holes and put 2 dowels inside. 2 holes from a corner, one here and one here. Make the dowels nearest to the middle than nearest to the sides. So if you have the 2 dowels, you will have, or like, you will have them you will have the dowels, one over here and one over here. See, put them as close to the middle. Don't go to the side, because you will make a crack, or you will make it come out of the wood, so you will have a little bit problems with the wood, you go to the middle. You make 2 holes, put the 2 dowels, put some glue inside, put them inside, and then flush cut them, and that's all. This one will hold forever. You can make a stairs from this. This is a very strong way. This is the easiest and the fastest way to make it without a table saw and without a jigsaw and without a circle saw. You make it like this, it will not even do nothing. It will be very strong. So the same idea you made over here, you make it here. Take out this section, put them together inside. They will be flush. If they are not flush, keep taking away with the chisel a little bit more until they get to be flush, or sand it. Use a sanding paper if you need to make it a little. If you feel that you are not perfectly with the chisel, take the big pieces with the chisel and sand the 0.5 millimeter that left. Put them inside, glue them. After an hour, put the dowels, and that will hold forever. You can make a bed of, not a double, you can make a triple bed, and it will not fall apart. So that's the idea. If you're gonna make a big job, yes, use a circle saw. If you're gonna make like 10, 15 of this, it will not take you 5 minutes to do it, each one of them. Okay? Enjoy.